Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido, and today we're coming from Sutopolis City where the Aqua are hosting the Pony Stars, and as they send out their starting lineups, let's have a look at this tale of the tape. As the Aqua are currently outside of the Leaders 8, they need a victory here, and they've had their last two to move themselves into a victory road position, whereas the Pony Stars have been knocked out of the Elite 4 so far this round, but with a victory here, they will immediately move back in. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the water types? Will it be the fairy types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
And it will be Inteleon joining that Terrestrial Draftee Dragalge up against Hatterene and Grimmsnarl starting out for the Pony Stars. And remember, Grimmsnarl does have that Prankster ability, so it is guaranteed to be moving first. And thankfully for the Stars, they are not going up against any Dark types here today, as Grimmsnarl is going to start off with the Dark Pulse, focusing in on Inteleon, getting some massive damage as well, but it responds with the upper hand. However, the Aqua do not have that right now, and that is going to fail, as Dragalge looks to do its part, going for the Inferno, but Grimmsnarl is able to get out of the way of that, and this allows Hatterene to respond with the Bar Barrage on the newly christened water type, leaving Dragalge with that poisoning, and it is well familiar with being a poison type, but not in this way, as it starts to feel the effects of that status condition nice and early. Grimmsnarl follows it up with the Forest's Curse onto Inteleon. It is going to add that grass typing, and that may actually benefit Inteleon here, who goes for the Body Slam in response onto Grimmsnarl, gets in some good offense as Dragalge with the Sandstorm, setting up that Sandstorm. It is not going to benefit anybody on the field. I do not believe they're all going to be taking damage, but the Fire Blast from Hatterene onto Dragalge is not very effective, as we see everyone on the field now starting to take damage from that Sandstorm. But as we said at the start of this matchup, the Pony Stars falling out of an Elite 4 position. If they win this matchup, they will automatically move themselves back into that place. However, the Sutopolis Aqua want to move themselves into a Leaders 8 position as Grimmsnarl with the Rock Throw, but that is going to be avoided by Inteleon, allowing the Water type to respond with the Night Slash, which is heavily tanked there by Grimmsnarl, as Dragalge is going to follow it up with the Sacred Fire. Looks like they now want to get Grimmsnarl off the field, putting it into knockout range, and they leave it with that Burn as well. That will cut into that 120 attack as Hatterene responds with the Hyper Beam onto Dragalge to get that elimination. Dragalge has been taken out of this matchup. And the Pony Stars getting the early lead here as that Daylight comes back out over the field as the Terrestrial Pokemon does leave, but that Sandstorm is still in full effect, doing damage to everybody on the field. And remember that Grimmsnarl has that Burn as well. It needs to hang on here, and it is able to, but it may only have one turn left in it, as out comes Milotic for the Sutopolis Aqua. Grimmsnarl is going to go with the Charm, putting the moves on to Inteleon, lowering its physical attack a great deal as it responds with the Pin Missile onto Hatterene, trying to capitalize on that part Psychic typing that it does have. This multi-hit move, if it can get all 5 connections, it will add up, but it's doing very little chip damage for everyone that lands. However, it is able to get that 5-time connection. Milotic looking to follow up, goes for the Vine Whip, focusing in onto Hatterene. They're going to leave Grimmsnarl to be taken out as Hatterene has to recharge. There is that Sandstorm doing damage to everybody on the field. Grimmsnarl is surely going to be eliminated, whether it be from the Sandstorm or from the Burn, but it is the Sandstorm that actually is able to take it out of this matchup. It is down to 5v5, both sides having lost one Pokemon so far. And it is going to be Carbink with that part Rock typing coming out for the Stars, and immediately it is on the receiving end of a Moonblast, which it is able to tank. Milotic follows it up with the Clear Smog, and it does put Hatterene into knockout range, eliminating all stat changes with that super effective move. Hatterene's able to hang on by a thread. The Scary Face from Carbink, because it is actually quicker than Hatterene. Hatterene being one of the slowest Pokemon in the PokeType League, goes for the Wing Attack, gets in some good damage onto Milotic, but you have to think Hatterene will be eliminated here, as that Sandstorm does put Inteleon into knockout range. Hatterene is out of this matchup. The Sutopolis Aqua have now taken the lead for the first time. Now out for the Pony Stars, it is going to be Primarina, the part Water type. It should know how to handle the Sutopolis Aqua, as we get the Harden from Inteleon, boosting that physical defense. Primarina is going to go for the Fiery Dance and it is going to focus in onto Milotic. Not very effective. That is not what we meant when we said Primarina should know how to handle a water type. The drop kick from Carbink, that's how you do it, lowering that attack of Inteleon, but it does have that Park Grass typing that actually keeps it in the matchup. The Mega Drain on the Primarina from Milotic, super effective, but it didn't do a great deal of damage as Milotic is able to restore a bit of health. That Sandstorm does subside and Inteleon does go for the Infestation onto Carbink. Not very effective, but it is going to afflict it with that Infestation that will do more passive damage. The Magic Room though from Primarina now is set up, so it is going to make it so everybody's held items, those Leopard Berries, losing their effect. The Force Palm finishing off Inteleon though from Carbink, the very defensive Pokemon on the offense, as Milotic sets up the Substitute. It does cut into its health to put that Substitute doll out in play, but that will have to be taken down before we see Milotic taking any more damage, as out comes Feraligatr immediately with the Ivy Cudgel on to Carbink, super effective, putting it into knockout range. Primarina with the Aromatic Mist looking to help out Carbink. It is going to boost that special defense as Carbink follows it up with the Fire Blast. They want to take out the Substitute doll, but that not very effective move as it does take damage for Milotic. It does stay here, and Milotic is able to go and lay the smackdown on to Carbink. Unable though to get the elimination. Feraligatr looking to follow up, goes with the Cosmic Power. It is going to boost those defensive stats, including that 100 base physical defense. Primarina, however, is going to go with the Accelerate. They're continuing to try and take out that doll here, but it's still there. Carbink though with the Wood Hammer now onto that Substitute doll. That is super effective, at least it would have been, and that Substitute does take the damage, and it is finally faded. Milotic is coming back out into place as that recoil damage for Carbink. I'm not actually sure it actually took any though, as it is on the receiving end of the Thunder Wave from Milotic. It is going to leave it with that paralysis, but it surely should have just gone through the elimination to put the Aqua back in front, as Feraligatr is going to go with the Shore Up, but it is at full strength, so that is not going to work. And this allows the wish from Primarina, surely wishing that the Pony Stars will win this matchup, as Milotic with the Leech Life is finally going to finish off Carbink with that not very effective move, having a little bit more health restored in the process. The Pseudopolis Aqua are back in front. 3 Pokemon remaining for the Pony Stars, as out comes Florges, and immediately it is going to go with the Calm Mind, boosting those special stats, including that 154 special defense, but do not count out that 112 special attack, as Feraligatr is going to go with the Heal Pulse. Now it is helping out a water type, but it's the fairy water type. Primarina does have its health restored, and as a thank you it goes with the Dragon Claw onto Milotic. Gets in some good damage, but Milotic does respond with the Sand Tomb. However, that is going to be avoided by Primarina as that Magic Room does wear off. Florges looking to capitalize, goes with the Head Smash onto Milotic and gets the elimination. We are down to a 3 versus 3 matchup. This is still anybody's to take. And there is that little bit of recoil damage for Florges, as Feraligatr is going to go with the Tail Slap onto Primarina. This multi-hit move, it's got 2 connections. If it keeps getting these are going to add up really well for the Pseudopolis Aqua. It does get those 3 connections, but Primarina, with the opportunity to respond, goes with its own multi-hit move, the Triple Kick, and it gets the first one doing very little damage. These are getting stronger with every time, but it only gets 2, and it does minimal damage as out comes Blastoise for the Pseudopolis Aqua. Florges with the Bubble Beam onto Feraligatr. That is going to be resisted though, allowing Feraligatr to respond with the Recover. It is going to get itself back to full strength here on the field. The Pony Stars need to change their game plan, as Blastoise with the Scary Face on to Primarina. It is going to slow it down, but it's already the slowest Pokemon on the field, so Primarina doesn't really mind, and it goes with the Fire Pledge, another not very effective move onto the Pseudopolis Aqua. Florges follows it up by going with the Flip Turn. More not very effective moves. It is going to go back to the bench even after setting up that Calm Mind. And the last Pokemon for the Pony Stars is revealed to be Tinkaton with that Mold Breaker ability coming out onto the field. Feraligatr is going to meet it with the Sand Tomb though. Super effective, very clever, trapping it in that quicksand as well. And Blastoise follows it up by setting up the growth here on the field. It is going to boost its attack and that special attack as well. It's already got great defenses, as Primarina with the Smoke Screen trying to lower that accuracy of Feraligatr. If it cannot hit its targets, it cannot get eliminations, but Tinkaton cannot avoid that Sand Tomb doing that passive damage, as it is now going for its first move, the Mach Punch onto Blastoise, doing very little damage, allowing Feraligatr to go for the Mega Punch, getting some great damage onto Primarina. The Gust follow-up from Blastoise, not very effective there, onto Tinkaton as Primarina is going to go with the Eerie spell onto Blastoise. Great damage being done there, lowering that PP by 3 in the process as well. Tinkaton taking more damage from that Sand Tomb is going to go with the Aura Sphere onto Feraligatr. Feraligatr is tanking these hits as Blastoise is going to go with the Roar of Time, but that will not work on the Pony Stars. They are immune to Dragon type moves. That is not a Fire type move. The Water Pulse from Feraligatr puts Primarina into knockout range, as Primarina is going to respond with the Doom Desire, choosing Doom as that Destiny, it seems, for Feraligatr, and surely it wants it for the entire Sootopolis Aqua, as that Sand Tomb continues to do damage to Tinkaton. It needs to go for something, anything. It goes with the Metal Sound onto Feraligatr. That is going to lower that special defense a great deal. Primarina may be able to capitalize, but first the Rock Slide from Feraligatr is going to be avoided by Tinkaton, but Primarina is eliminated from this matchup. Blastoise with the opportunity to follow up as the Aqua have just taken the lead. It goes for the Leech Life. It does put Tinkaton into knockout range with that not very effective move. The Sand Tomb could actually finish it off as Blastoise has a little bit of health restored. Tinkaton needs to hang on, but it's unsuccessful. Florges is coming back out onto the field, and it will be all by itself with 3 Aquas to contend with. Florges needs to go for something big. It goes with the Force Palm onto Feraligatr. It does very little damage, but it does leave that paralysis onto the Jotonium Water Starter. And Blastoise immediately going on the offensive with the Shadow Ball onto Florges. They are trying to chip away here at the Fairy type. The Thunder being brought down by Feraligatr. They are getting in some good hits here onto Florges, but there is that Doom Desire getting great damage done onto Feraligatr, even though it wasn't very effective. Florges could capitalize here, goes for the Tickle instead onto Blastoise. It is going to lower those physical stats, including that attack that was boosted earlier. But Blastoise is going to respond with the Steel Roll. However, that is going to fail. Feraligatr needs to shake off that paralysis. It is successful as we have our first time warning, and it goes for the No Retreat. It is going to go for the Omni Boost here in this matchup, and it is not looking to run away, so we know it is full serious in this No Retreat. Sorry, as I stumble over my words. The Aqua are not stumbling whatsoever. They are in full control as Florges with the Kowtow Cleave on to Feraligatr, puts into knockout range, but this allows Blastoise to respond with the Heal Bell. That is going to cause the bell to chime, and it is going to cure that paralysis of Feraligatr. A great play as Feraligatr follows it up with the Calm Mind. It is going to boost those special stats, just like we saw happen to Florges earlier on, but they need to go for the elimination. They are in full control. They need to win, but now Feraligatr quickest on the field with the Rock Throw gets the elimination of Florges. The Calm Mind after the No Retreat, so into the Rock Throw to get the win for the Sootopolis Aqua. It was 3v3, but the Aqua ran away with it in the end. And in doing so, they do move themselves into a Leaders 8 position as next round they will be going up against the Lentil Neos. Whereas for the Stars, they do stay in 5th place, and next round they are going up against the Anastar Galaxy. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field. And if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.